मैम
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Manju Negi, and I am Assistant Professor at Herman Minor Degree College, Bhimtal. As you know, we are Herman Minor Degree College, Center of Excellence, organizing a short-term teacher training program in collaboration, Advantage 360 Solution under the leadership of Head of Education and Child Development, Dr. Devaruti Bose, and our principal and mentor, Dr. Mukta Ma'am. In the past year, we have already successfully completed 4 phases of short-term teacher training program for CTET and UTET, and this is the 5th phase of CTET that we are conducting this session. The main objective to conducting this program to increase the instructor's self-confidence and develop the correct teaching mindset. NCERT books are a crucial resource for competitive exams, providing a strong foundation and concept and syllabus coverage which help aspirants prepare effectively. NCERT textbooks are highly beneficial for CTET preparation because NCERT textbooks cover a significant portion of the CTET syllabus, especially for child development and pedagogy, mathematics, and environmental studies. Conceptual clarity. NCERT books provide a strong foundation in concept which is essential for CTET. NCERT textbooks are written by experts and are considered authoritative source for teaching and learning. NCERT books include relevant example and case studies that can help illustrate concept and make them more relatable. How to use NCERT for CTET preparation? Read NCERT textbook, thoroughly read the relevant NCERT textbooks, making notes and highlighting important points. Focus on key concept. Identify concept and topic that are frequently tested in CTET. Practice question. Practice questions from NCERT textbooks and other study material to reinforce your understanding. मॉक टेस्ट किसी भी एग्जाम के लिए बहुत जरूरी होता है कि आप मॉक टेस्ट दें तो टेक मॉक टेस्ट टू assess your knowledge and identify areas for improvement. Recommended NCERT books for CTET exam. Child Development and Pedagogy, NCERT's Child Development and Pedagogy of School Education. Mathematics के लिए NCERT's Mathematics textbooks for classes 1 to 8. And Environmental Studies के लिए NCERT's Environmental Studies textbook for 1 to 5. Language के लिए NCERT language textbook for classes 1 to 8. By studying NCERT textbook and practicing question, you can build a strong foundation for CTET and increase your chances of success. An important announcement for all participants, a WhatsApp group has been created by Herman Minor Degree College for CTET and UTET preparation, where aspirant will receive MCQs to benefit from the upcoming exam. Those interested can join the group, and we will share the WhatsApp link in the chat box during the session. Now I am inviting the resource person, and resource person for today's session is Dr. Sushma Singh, Assistant Professor of English at Herman Minor Degree College. She will provide an in-depth look at figure of speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. You all know that there are two languages, language one and language two. It comes in seated first paper also and second paper also. Language you can select whatever you want. But today we are going to discuss English language in this session. So if we talk about language, English, so you get 40 questions from in language one and 30 questions in language two. Language consists two parts. Language comprehension. Language comprehension consists 15 questions. It is based on questions are based on reading unseen passages, two passages, one prose, a drama, or one poem with questions on comprehension, inference, grammar, and verbal ability. And 15 questions are from pedagogy of language development. So many of students asked me to clarify on figures of speech. So we will discuss figures of speech today. So uh, as we know, writing is the art of giving form to thought. It transforms fleeting ideas into lasting impact, bridging minds across time and space. Whether poetic or practical, writing refines clarity, evokes emotion, and imparts expression. What kind of writing do you like most, or you enjoy most? So, what kind of writing do you enjoy most? Creative, active, or professional? So, if we talk about types of writings, so there are four types of writing: narrative,
Sushma, ma'am, your voice is not clear.
just wait a minute, ma'am.
आई थिंक कुछ टेक्निकल इशू है, मैम की वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है, थोड़ी देर में हमें ज्वाइन करेंगी.
Is it clear now? फिर से वही Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So we were discussing about types of writing. So I was explaining that there are four types of writing: narrative, descriptive, expository, and argumentative or persuasive or opinion text. So in narrative style of writing, narrative text tells stories and can be either fictional or non-fictional. Narrative text typically have a beginning, middle, and end, and they use characters, setting, and plot to create the story. In descriptive writings, we try to create a picture with words using vivid language to describe people, places, things, or events. Descriptive text can be found in a variety of genres, including essays and poetries. Then expository text explains or informs by presenting facts, definitions, or processes in a clear and concise way. An argumentative, persuasive, or opinion text persuades the reader to agree with a particular point of view by using evidence, logic, and reasoning to support the claims. Argumentative text can be found in essays, editorials, and speeches. Now, figurative language. Figurative language is used in English literature like poetry, drama, creative writing, prose, or even speeches. Now, for writing in a creative way, we use figures of speech. So, figures of speech are literary devices that are also used throughout our society and help rely important ideas in a meaningful way. I'm going to present my slides and then I'll explain figures of speech one by one. I hope screen is visible.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so figurative language is a creative way of using words to express ideas in a more vivid, imaginative, or emotional way than literal language. It helps writers and speakers paint pictures with words, making their messages more powerful and engaging. Within figurative language, we find figures of speech, which are specific tools or techniques used to achieve this effect. Now, what is figure of speech? So, figure of speech is a fun or creative way to say something. Instead of using plain, boring words, we use expressions that make language more colorful, emotional, or dramatic. Figures of speech are the spices of language. These add flavor and intensity to our everyday communication. These rhetorical devices transform simple sentences into powerful messages in literature, speeches, or casual conversations, and can leave a lasting impact. What do you understand by rhetorical? Anyone? Rhetorical is concerned with effect or style rather than content. मतलब content ज़्यादा important नहीं होता है. Style क्या है वो ज़्यादा important होता है. Now, some sentences are given: as brave as a lion, time as a thief, the wind whispered through the trees. I've told you a million times. It's just a scratch, said about a large dent. The White House issued a statement: all hands on deck, saying what a pleasant day during a storm, saying great job when someone fails. And Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So these are some sentences. If you see sentences, all the sentences are written in a very creative manner. So this way of writing is used when we write with the help of figures of speech. These figures of speech make language more colorful and help reader or listener feel more connected to the message, whether in poetry, storytelling, or everyday conversation. Figurative language adds depth and emotion. Now, we will learn the types of figures of speech. First is simile. What is simile? Simile is a figure of speech in which two dissimilar things are compared to each other using the term like और as. मतलब दो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट चीजें हम कंपेयर करते हैं और कंपेयर करने के लिए we use like and as. Some examples are given. Her smile is like sunshine. He's as brave as a lion. The water shimmered like diamonds. स्माइल को सनशाइन से कंपेयर किया, ब्रेवरी को लायन से कंपेयर किया, वाटर की शाइन को डायमंड की शाइन से कंपेयर किया. शी इज एज प्रिटी एज अ पिक्चर. आई एम प्लीज्ड एज पंच. ही इज स्ट्रॉन्ग लाइक एन ऑक्स. यू आर स्लाई लाइक अ फॉक्स. आई एम हैप्पी एज अ क्लैम. सो दो डिफरेंट चीजों को कंपेयर किया विद द वर्ड्स like and as. Then second is metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two different things without the use of terms like or as. सिमिली में भी हमने कंपेयर किया था, मेटाफर में भी हम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. सिमिली में हमने लाइक और एज यूज किया था, बट मेटाफर में हम लाइक और एज को यूज नहीं करते हैं. नाउ सी द एग्जांपल्स. टाइम इज अ थीफ. लाइफ इज अ जर्नी. Her voice was music to his ears. He is a fish out of water. She is a star in the sky. My grandchildren are the flowers of my garden. That story is music to my ears. Your words are a broken record. So comparison है, but कहीं भी like और as का use नहीं है. तो this kind of figure of speech is known as metaphor. Then next is personification. Personification is a figure of speech that attributes human characteristics to something that is not human, means giving human traits to non-human things. If you'll see examples, the wind whispers through the trees. Wind ने trees के through whisper किया. Whisper का काम living beings का है. But wind ने whisper किया tree के through. तो this is personification. The stars danced in the sky. Dancing is work of living beings. But in this sentence, the stars danced in the sky means they are shining, they are dazzling. So personification है यहाँ पे. The alarm clock screamed at me. I heard the wind whistling. The water danced across my window. My dog is telling me to start dinner. The moon is smiling at me. Her alarm hummed in the background. So if you'll see all the sentences, you'll find that हमने हर जगह पे human traits को use किया है. So this is known as personification. Next is hyperbole. Hyperbole, exaggeration for emphasis or effect. तो हम बढ़ा चढ़ा करके बताते हैं इसमें. So hyperbole is a figure of speech that utilizes extreme exaggeration to emphasize a certain quality or feature. Some examples are given below. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. क्या कोई इतना भूखा हो सकता है कि वो एक हॉर्स को पूरा खा जाए? नहीं ना. दिस इज एग्जेजरेशन, बढ़ा चढ़ा के कहना. सो आई एम सो हंग्री आई कुड ईट अ हॉर्स. ही क्राइड अ रिवर मीन्स वो इतना रोया कि नदियां बह गई. दिस बैग वेज अ टन. आई हैव अ मिलियन थिंग्स टू डू. दिस सूटकेस वेज अ टन. दिस रूम इज एन आइस बॉक्स. I'll die if he doesn't ask me on a date. I'm too poor to pay attention. So यहाँ पे हर चीज को बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोला गया है. Next is irony. Irony is any unusual or unexpected part of a situation. So saying the opposite of what you mean, often for humor or sarcasm. So हम या तो ह्यूमर के लिए या फिर सरकाजम के लिए यूज करते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स. अ फायर स्टेशन बर्न्स डाउन. द प्लम्बर्स हाउस हैज लीकिंग पाइप्स. तो आप इसको मजाक के तौर पे भी ले सकते हैं या किसी पे कटाक्ष के तौर पे भी. Great, another rainy day. Just what I needed. A fitness trainer who's out of shape, posting about being humble on social media. A comedian who never laughs. A police station gets robbed. A network engineer with no internet. So, network engineer with no internet, opposite है. A police station gets robbed, दो opposite चीजें हैं. Comedian who never laughs, दो opposite चीजें हैं. So, generally humor and sarcasm के लिए जो हम इस तरह के sentences use करते हैं तो वो irony के अंडर आते हैं. Then there are three types of irony: verbal irony, situational irony, and dramatic irony. Verbal irony, saying the opposite of what you mean, जैसे हमने ऊपर पढ़े थे. One more example is given. After failing a test, you say, well, that went great. Situationally irony क्या है? When the outcome is the opposite of what you expect. Example, a fire station burns down. हम फायर स्टेशन से एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते ना कि फायर स्टेशन में ही आग लग जाए. Then dramatic irony when the audience knows something the character doesn't. मतलब audience को पता है और character को ही नहीं पता है. For example, in a horror movie, the viewer sees the monster hiding, but the character walks right into the room. Next figure of speech is oxymoron. Oxymoron is two opposite words placed together. An oxymoron is a figure of speech that connects two opposite ideas, usually in two-word phrases, to create a contradictory effect. Bitter, sweet. If you'll see examples, bitter, sweet. Bitter bhi hai, sweet bhi hai. Two opposite words. Deafening, silence. Deafening and silence. Two opposite words. Clearly confused. Again, opposite words. Open secret. Alone together. True lies. Controlled chaos. Pretty ugly. So आप सारे वर्ड्स देखोगे तो सारे जो हैं वो जनरली दो ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स हैं. ट्रू लाइज, कंट्रोल्ड केओस. केओस कभी कंट्रोल्ड हो सकता है. प्रिटी अगली. सो ये सारे टू वर्ड फ्रेजेस हैं और दोनों ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स हैं, ऑपोजिट आइडियाज हैं. सो जब भी इस तरह के वर्ड्स और आइडियाज आपको दिखते हैं, कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी इफेक्ट दे रहे होते हैं, तो वहां पे ऑक्सीमोरन फिगर ऑफ स्पीच होती है. देन नेक्स्ट इज पैराडॉक्स. Paradox, a statement that seems contradictory but reveals the truth. ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स जो लगते तो हैं कि हाँ ऑपोजिट हैं, अलग अलग हैं, लेकिन उनका जो मतलब होता है वो सच होता है, रियलिटी शो कर रहा होता है. एग्जाम्पल्स, लेस इज मोर. आई नो वन थिंग that I know nothing. The beginning of the end. To bring peace, prepare for war. This is the beginning of the end. You have to lose yourself to find yourself. The louder you are, the less they hear. I always lie. If true, then it's false. Nobody goes to that restaurant. It's too crowded. Nobody goes to that restaurant. कोई नहीं जाता. It's too crowded. दो contradictory statements हैं. The louder you are, the less they hear. Again, two contradictory. The beginning of the end. तो ये सारे contradictory statements हैं. जब भी ऐसे statements होते हैं जो contradictory हो बट रियलिटी शो कर रहे हो, रियलिटी को रिवील कर रहे हो, तो वो आपका पैराडॉक्स होता है. देन alliteration. Alliteration is repeating the same starting consonant sound. Okay, alliteration repeats the initial consonant sound in a series of words. Look at the examples. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. अगर आप वर्ड्स देखो तो मैक्सिमम वर्ड्स में P रिपीट हुआ है. P इज कॉन्सोनेंट, कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड आपका रिपीट हो रहा है. देन she sells by the seashore. अगेन एस रिपीट है. लेजी लायंस लाउंज इन द सन, एल का रिपीटेशन है. सो ये सारे आपके जितने भी टंग ट्विस्टर्स हैं जनरली उसमें एलिट्रेशन का यूज किया हुआ होता है. एलिट्रेशन जहाँ पे इनिशियल कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड रिपीट हो रहा होता है. देन ऑनमेटोपिया वर्ड्स दैट इमिटेट साउंड. हम बहुत बार दूसरों की साउंड इमिटेट करते हैं, नकल उतारते हैं, या फिर हम डिफरेंट एनिमल्स की साउंड, बर्ड्स की साउंड इमिटेट करते हैं. तो ये इमिटेटिंग साउंड्स जो हैं या ऐसे वर्ड्स जो उनकी साउंड्स को डिस्क्राइब कर रहे होते हैं वो सारे ऑनमेट्रोपिया में आते हैं. लाइक बज, बैंक, क्रैश, स्प्लैश. The bees buzzed in the garden. The balloon popped loudly. So ऐसे सारे वर्ड्स जो साउंड को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे होते हैं वो सारे आपके ऑनमेट्रोपिया के अंडर में आते हैं. Then next is pun. Pun, a play on words, often humorous. A pun uses a word or phrase with multiple meanings to create humor or wordplay. For example, time flies like an arrow and fruit flies like a banana. I used to be a baker, but I couldn't make enough dough. I am reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. So, words को playful way में use करना ताकि उसको थोड़ा सा ह्यूमरस बना दिया जाए. तो वहां जब हम इस तरह से वर्ड्स को लिखते हैं तो वो टेक्निक आपकी पन होती है. Then next is antithesis. Antithesis is placing opposite ideas side by side for contrast. Antithesis involves contrasting two opposite ideas or words in a balanced or parallel structure. For example, speech is silver, but silence is golden. Speech and silence, two different वर्ड्स हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे के ऑपोजिट आइडियाज हैं. स्पीच बोलना, साइलेंस चुप रहना. तो यहाँ पे हमने दोनों को यूज किया है. ठीक है. सो स्पीच इज सिल्वर बट साइलेंस इज गोल्डन. इट वॉज द बेस्ट ऑफ टाइम्स, इट वॉज द वर्स्ट ऑफ टाइम्स. हमने बेस्ट भी बोला, वर्स्ट भी बोला. गिव मी लिबर्टी और गिव मी डेथ. लिबर्टी एंड डेथ, टू कॉन्ट्रास्ट words, two opposite ideas. So, give me liberty or give me death. So, this is antithesis. Then next is apostrophe. Apostrophe, addressing someone or something not present. कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति या ऐसी चीज जो प्रेजेंट नहीं हो लेकिन हम उसे एड्रेस कर रहे हो. Look at the examples. Oh death, where's thy sting? Death किसी ने देखी नहीं है ना, प्रेजेंट नहीं होती है. Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. यहाँ पे बच्चा जो है, आपने सबने ये पोम पढ़ी हुई है. जो बच्चा होता है वो ये पोम गा रहा होता है. तो वहां पे स्टार्स प्रेजेंट तो नहीं है ना उसके आसपास में, वो बस देख रहा है और उसके बाद में वो उन्हें एड्रेस कर रहा है. ओ लव, why do you hurt me so? So these kinds of sentences are known as apostrophe. This technique is apostrophe. Yes. Then euphemism, a polite or mild way of saying something harsh. किसी भी harsh बात को, किसी भी गलत बात को या किसी भी बहुत ही कड़वी बात को कहने में के लिए बहुत ही पोलाइट से शब्द यूज करना या बहुत ही नम्रता के साथ में बोलना. So he passed away instead of died. He died away और he died थोड़ा सा रफ साउंड करता है. जनरली हम क्या यूज करते हैं? he passed away. So this he passed away ये आपका क्या है? euphemism. Let go. Let go means instead of fired, let go. Between jobs, instead of saying I am unemployed, I'll say I'm between jobs. तो between jobs sounds better. So this is euphemism. Then next is litotes. Litotes क्या है? Understanding using double negatives. Understatement using double negative. दो negative को एक साथ use करना. Not bad. Not bad का meaning क्या है? Good. She is not unkind. Means she is kind. है ना? Not और unkind दो negative word हो गए. Not bad again two negative words. It wasn't a terrible idea. Terrible and it wasn't not and terrible. Again two opposite double negative words. So जहाँ पे भी ऐसे sentences होते हैं वहाँ पे क्या उनसे technique use होती है? Litotes. Then litotes के बाद में there is another using a part to present the whole. All hands on the deck. All hands on deck means people. Nice wheels. Nice wheels we use for car. The crown will decide. Crown will decide. Crown तो decide नहीं करेगा ना. Crown जिसने पहना है वो decide करेगा. तो यहाँ पे crown किसको represent कर रहा है? King और queen को. Then metonymy. Metonymy using a related word to stand in for something. For example, a pen is mightier than the sword. Pen is used for writing and sword is for war. So यहाँ पे दो different words को relate किया है using a related word to stand in for something. Hollywood is obsessed with sequels. Hollywood क्या है? Hollywood is a place. वहाँ पे film industry है तो Hollywood किसको represent कर रहा है? Film industry को. Hollywood is obsessed with sequels. The White House issued a statement. White House is a building. How can it issue a statement? तो यहाँ पे White House US गवर्नमेंट को प्रेसिडेंट को एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. द व्हाइट हाउस इशूड अ स्टेटमेंट मींस प्रेसिडेंट और यूएस गवर्नमेंट और administrative staff of White House issued a statement. Then next is anaphora. Anaphora is repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses. So I have a dream, I have a dream, I have a dream. Words repeat हो रहे हैं. So this is repetition of word. This is anaphora. Then we shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. Initial words जो हैं आपके वो repeat हो रहे हैं. We shall fight. We shall fight. So this is anaphora. Then next is assonance. Assonance is repetition of vowel sounds. जब हमने पहले पढ़ा था alliteration वहां पे क्या था? आपके consonant sound repeat हो रहे थे. यहाँ पे आपके vowel sound repeat हो रहे हैं. Hear the mellow wedding bells. Try to light the fire. Go and mow the lawn. Then next is consonants. Consonants, repetition of consonant sound, especially at the end. जो पहले हमने पढ़ा था वहां पे consonant sound जो था वो beginning में था. यहाँ पे consonant sound आपका end में आ रहा है. तो repetition of consonant sound, especially at the end. The lumpy bumpy road. आप देखोगे py जो consonants है वो बाद में आ रहे हैं. The lumpy bumpy road. He struck a streak of luck. CK, AK, CK, again consonant sounds. The ship has sailed to the far off shores. Again, repetition of consonant sounds at the end. And last is epigram. Epigram is a short, witty, and often satirical statement. I can resist everything except temptation. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. So, soft witty, थोड़ा सा नटखट छेड़छाड़ वाले statements. इस तरह के statements जब हम लिखते हैं, small statements जो किसी को हंसा सके, वो एपिग्राम की कैटेगरी में आते हैं. सो ये तो आपके थे सारे फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीचेस. देन आई हैव लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस based on these figures of speeches and some on language. So we will start with question, and I want you to answer, and I hope you all will answer. Just wait a minute. Let me. Yes. Which figure of speech is used in the sentence, he fought like a lion? Tell me answer. He fought like a lion. Answer बताओ. Anyone? सबसे पहला हमने क्या पढ़ा था?
Simile, ma'am.
यस, सिमिली. यहाँ पे सिमिली है. लाइक और एज जैसे वर्ड्स जहाँ पे यूज होते हैं कंपैरिजन के लिए, वहां पे सिमिली होता है. तो यहाँ पे सिमिली है. आइडेंटिफाई द फिगर ऑफ स्पीच एंड टाइम इज अ थीफ.
Metaphor,
टाइम
ma'am.
इज यस, मेटाफर. यहाँ पे हमने कंपेयर तो किया है टाइम और थीफ को, लेकिन यहाँ पे लाइक और एज नहीं यूज किए हैं. तो ये क्या है? मेटाफर. What figure of speech is used in the wind whispered through the trees?
Personification.
Yes, personification. Very correct. Personification. The wind is given the human ability to whisper. So personification. Next, choose the figure of speech. And I have told you a million times. Is it hyperbole, metonymy, irony, or simile?
Hyperbole.
Yes, it is hyperbole. It exaggerates the number of times something was said. So million of times. So this is hyperbole. Then which figure of speech is used in she sells seashells by the seashore? कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड का रिपीटिशन हो रहा है स्टार्टिंग में. सो क्या है ये? Is it onomatopoeia, alliteration, assonance, or oxymoron?
Ma'am, alliteration.
Yes, it is alliteration. Alliteration, repetition of S sound at the beginning of word. So it is alliteration. Identify the figure of speech in the classroom was a zoo. Is it irony? Is it metaphor? It is simile, or it is personification?
Ma'am, irony. Ma'am, first.
It is
Personification.
no. Give one more try.
Metaphor.
Yes, it is metaphor. क्लासरूम को हम जू के साथ कंपेयर कर रहे हैं विदाउट यूजिंग लाइक और एज. सो दिस इज मेटाफर. ओके. देन व्हाट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज यूज्ड इन बूम द बलून पॉप्ड?
Onomatopoeia.
यस, इट इज ओनोमेटोपिया, क्योंकि साउंड इमिटेट हो रहा है. इमिटेट्स अ साउंड. बूम जो है वर्ड जो है वो साउंड को इमिटेट करता है. करेक्ट. Which figure of speech is used in bittersweet memories flooded her mind?
Ma'am, oxymoron.
Yes, it is oxymoron. Bittersweet, दो opposite words को combine कर रखा है. Correct. Identify the figure of speech in freedom is slavery.
Irony. Irony.
Freedom is slavery. This is paradox. Contradictory है. Freedom and slavery. Next is, what figure of speech is used in the pen is mightier than the sword?
Metonymy. Metonymy.
Yes,
Ma'am,
it is
first one.
metonymy.
Ma'am, first
Pen
one.
stands for writing and sword for war. It is metonymy. Then choose the figure of speech in all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
Ma'am, B.
B part.
Yes, B is correct. Senadoshe represents hands represent the whole people. All hands on deck means sailors. Identify the figure of speech on O death. Where is thy sting? Is it metaphor, apostrophe, irony, or alliteration?
Ma'am, B.
Yes, it is B, addressing death as if it were a person. डेथ को देख नहीं सकते, प्रेजेंट नहीं है, बट उससे बात कर रहे हैं ना, ऐसे एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, तो इट इज apostrophe. Then what figure of speech is used in she is not kind, she is not unkind?
Ma'am, B1.
B. Yes, letotes जब हम दो ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स को डबल नेगेटिव वर्ड्स को यूज करते हैं, तो यूज letotes use a double negative to express a positive idea. Which figure of speech is used in I always lie?
One.
No, it is paradox. If the statement is true, then it must be false. I always lie. ठीक है? It is paradox. Then identify the figure of speech in I can resist everything except temptation.
Epigram.
Yes, epigram, a short witty statement that contains irony or paradox. Next is, now there are some questions on your pedagogy of language. So we will try to do some questions and I'll explain if you won't be able to do it. What is the primary goal of language learning in early childhood education?
Ma'am, B.
B
Yes,
option.
developing communication skills. जी हाँ, अर्ली चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन में आपका जो लैंग्वेज लर्निंग का प्राइमरी गोल होता है भाषा सीखने का, वो क्या होता है? कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स को बढ़ाना. करेक्ट. Then which of the following is an example of receptive language skill?
Ma'am, C.
Is it? It is
Ma'am, C.
C. It is C, listening. Receptive skill involves receiving and understanding language, such as listening and reading. So, यहाँ पे listening is the correct option. What does LSRW stand for in language learning?
Speak, read, writing. Option B.
LSRW.
Option B.
Ma'am, B.
Yes, option B is correct. Listen, speak, read, and write. Which of the following is a productive language skill? Is it listening, reading, speaking, watching?
Speaking.
Ma'am, B. Ma'am, B होगा इसका reading.
इसका C है, speaking.
Repeat.
Productive skills involve producing language, such as speaking and writing. So यहाँ पे speaking is more appropriate answer. Now, what is the role of storytelling in language development?
Ma'am, B option.
D, ma'am, D.
Option, ma'am.
Yes. What is the correct answer?
B.
Yes, B. It enhances vocabulary and imagination. Storytelling helps children learn new words and develop creative thinking. That is why storytelling is important. Which of the following is not a barrier to effective communication?
Language difference.
B, ma'am.
Ma'am, clarity.
B, clarity.
Clarity, yes. Clarity is the correct answer. Clarity improves communication while the others hinder it. Noise होगी तो इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन नहीं होगा, लैंग्वेज डिफरेंस होगा तो नहीं होगा, डिस्ट्रैक्शन होगा तो नहीं होगा. तो क्लैरिटी इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन हियर. Clear? What is the meaning of bilingualism?
Ma'am, B.
Two languages, ma'am. Two languages, clear.
Yes, speaking two languages fluently. Bi का मतलब two. Bilingualism is two languages. Then, which of the following helps in vocabulary development? Watching
Option B.
silent videos and
Ma'am,
reading
B.
books.
Reading book.
Yes, reading books. Reading exposes learners to new words and contexts. So, vocabulary development के लिए books read करना बहुत ही important है. What is phonemic awareness?
Ma'am, C. Option C. Learning spelling.